Hi and welcome. I hope that you've had a good week. I've had a pretty good week. Not a lot of stitching, but hey, some weeks that's the way it goes. Mostly this week I've been working on my romance journal for junk journal junkies, and I think that it's coming out really cute. And I will do a walkthrough of that when it's done because I have to post a video for Junk Journal Junkies. Something I really enjoy. I have watched quite a few FlossTube videos and I've been enjoying it. And what else? Oh, I watched Mary Rose this morning, and if you haven't seen Mary Rose's video, you should really go look. She shows a couple of her pieces, especially the Skating Minister. And she also shows some video of cockatoos in her daughter's yard. And I know for us here in the States, mainland, the only place you're going to see those are in the zoo. I don't believe we have any free flying unless they've gotten loose. So it's nice to see birds and animals that aren't indigenous to our local area. So thank you, Mary Rose. I enjoyed that. I also went out and took a clip. It was a little hard because I don't know if you can see what a mess I feel I am, but I've already been out shoveling some snow, clearing out the end of my driveway, and filling bird feeders and the like. So I did take my camera out and tried to get a clip of a few birds. They haven't really come in because it's really wet, slushy, almost like globs of slush falling from the sky. And it's enough that the snow plows are out, so you may hear some loud plow noises. And the cars going by seem abnormally loud because of the mess on the roads. So I apologize for all that. I think Wally's in sleeping with my granddaughter still, so you probably won't see Wally because he's one of those dogs that likes to snuggle as long as there's a warm body. Before I get into I only have a couple of clips, and before I get into too much stitching, I wanted to show you my other granddaughter Samantha didn't knit this. She just turned 13, and she's crafty, but she doesn't knit. But this was the scarf that she gave me for Christmas, and I would wear it, but it's very thick and very cozy and way too warm for my craft room. So, but I did want to show that because I showed you the one that Jacqueline gave me for Christmas. So that's the one that Sammy gave me. And I know there's a Sammy J Stitches here on YouTube. Hi, Sammy. My granddaughter Samantha's middle name is Jordan. So she's kind of a Sammy J too. Coincidence? Yeah. So here, let's cut to the clips that I made this week, and I will see you again on the other side. Be back. Good morning, and happy Thursday. This is actually, I gotta stop saying actually. Man. Good morning, and welcome to January 3rd. This is Thursday. I've missed a day of clips, I guess. I got my whip parade posted. But I did do a new start on the 1st, and it was the Anki Coleman's design cross stitch called Evening Rehearsals. And I'm really enjoying this. I think I figured out what my problem was on my New Year's Eve new start, which was the paler colors, because I started having the same issue with this design even though it's darker colors. And usually I stitch in hand, and that usually doesn't bother me. However, I was having all kinds of problems with this. And let me turn this around so you can see it. So what I did was I put it in a little hoop, and it made it much easier for me. So I guess maybe I'm going to stitch using a hoop for a little while and see if that helps. But this is about 511 stitches, and I've put it into Full Coverage Fanatics. And I've posted some on Instagram. I don't know if I put this on Instagram this morning. I might have. It's a blur. This has become a very busy year already. But that's what my stitching so far looks like on evening rehearsals. I think I'm going to stick with this for another day, maybe 2, and see how far I get. Maybe I'll stick with it until I get to 1,200 stitches or better. We'll see. I do have a couple of other things that I need to start. I want to do the Leslie Tier owl sale. After saying I wasn't going to do a monthly sale, I just think those owls are so cute. And I've got to start my Just Cross Stitch ornament sale. And I don't know. I did the full coverage fanatics thing. I'm just trying to think what let's see. Oh, and the temperature chart I need to start. I want to start that too. See? Life is just busy. And that's just cross-stitching. All right, so I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Until then, be kind and courageous. And hi and welcome. Well, this is the morning of January 5th, and I kind of skipped a couple of days, I think. I had posted to Full Coverage Fanatics that I was going to participate in the 1,200 stitches, but the piece that I had picked, I guess the person that I bought it from, the company, has questionable copyright issues. So since it's questionable, I decided that I wouldn't use that piece. I've thought about it a lot. And I mean, she has an email that comes out weekly. And I feel really bad because I had no idea that there were any questions about copyright. But at the same time, I do want to say that there are a lot of things that exist from a long time ago that are copyright-free designs. Yes, they are other people's art, but they're very old, and I don't know that there's always a record of who they belong to. And I have a lot of Dover copyright-free books that have CDs that I can print and use the images contained in those books however I please. And some of them are images of oil paintings and different things that are no longer under any copyright, whether it's because the person who painted them or drew them has died and has no family, or if there was no one there to buy the copyright. So just something to be aware of is that when people use other people's images, it's not always in an illegal way. Now, I don't know that this person with the cross-stitch shop is legal or illegal. Not up to me to determine, I guess, because I have no idea. But I decided not to use that piece because I am not sure. So instead, I'm going to use my Haid Mini Manhattan Wonderland. And I started this on New Year's Eve because I had planned on using evening rehearsals with my unofficial stitch with Rosemary Stitch Bliss Corner. I never know if it's Stitch Bliss or Bliss Stitch, and I think it's Bliss Stitch Corner. Sorry, Mary Rose. I don't know why I have a problem keeping that straight. Maybe it's a little dyslexia. And Andrea C. I Heart Cross Stitch. And so instead, I hope you ladies don't mind, I think I'm switching over to Mini Manhattan Wonderland. I was struggling with the piece, but as I realized when I worked on the darker piece and had the same issues, that I think it's the one over. I thought it was maybe the lighter colors and the light fabric. I was having a really hard time seeing those small holes. But what I did, and I know it's kind of a duh thing, but I usually stitch in hand. I decided to put it in a hoop and see if it worked any better, and it did. So, like I said, I've also put this down as my full coverage Fanatics piece for January for 1,200, for by the numbers, 1,200 stitches. And I like this piece. I like it a lot. So I'm really happy to be working on this. And I also started yesterday, after saying that I wasn't going to join any mystery sales or any sales, I saw Leslie Tears sale, and it's a freebie one, and it's owls. And I don't have any little kids, so it's kind of weird, but this just called to me. I started the border, which has already been provided. And let's see if I can widen out just a little. Okay. I started the border, and I don't have a picture of January's owl, but this is the January block. So I really like that, and as you can see, the border isn't cross stitch. It's a back stitch. Probably what's better known as red work, because it's red thread and it's outline work. So yeah, I am enjoying this. It's a Color Blast, and this is just a piece of 18 count Aida that I dyed myself, and I think this was using my oil and vinegar when I tried it to see if the oil would put blotches on the fabric, and it does. So I was very happy with that. Let's see. And I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. This kind of, oh, I should show you, because one of the days I didn't post any stitching is because I didn't do any stitching. I actually started my Junk Journal Junkie journal for a swap, and the requirements were that it's a 5x7 soft cover journal, and this, or it could be a little bigger, and this is just a little bigger. It might be 6 inches by 7. But I decided to make a full fabric cover, so you can see I did some machine embroidery and some crazy patch, and on the back I've got a soft pocket put in and some more embroidery, and the theme is romance, so you can see that my machine embroiders the word love, so I put the word love on it and some roses on vines, which I think is really pretty. And it's a 3-hole pamphlet stitch with all tea-dyed papers, so I did put the tea-dyed papers in it. So I will be decorating pages, and there's a bag. Pocket in it already. I still have to do something on the back cover, probably a belly band. And inside front cover, I did a gauze organza pocket, and these are paper die cuts that I did a corset lace, so it's kind of a corset pocket. And then I sewed it into this front page using DMC Holiday Sparkle, which is an E131 metallic. Oops. And I actually did kind of, I would call it more of a hash stitch, but it's kind of a cross stitch that I used to stitch that in. So I'm really enjoying it. And I have a small tuck journal piece started that I have to grunge up a little bit, and then this will be a tag that goes inside of the journal somewhere. But I thought I would share that with you, because that's another thing that I've been doing this week. And it's just tied together with tea-dyed kind of satin ribbon. So I hope to, oh, and this image is one of my clip art images that doesn't have a copyright. I'm not selling it though, I am swapping it. But it is a printed transfer onto fabric, so even the front image is on fabric. So, thanks for watching. I hope that you're having a great January, and I will probably be posting a 5 or 6 or 7 day wrap up soon, and I'll see you then. Well, I hope you enjoyed those. I can't really even remember what I recorded at this point, so yeah, it's all good. I did want to show you that all isn't lost. I have been stitching. I actually have 2 finishes. So me, and nope, sorry Sherry, it wasn't teddy bears and it wasn't my country garden. Although I will probably finish those this year. They were not calling to me, unfortunately. So on the 7th, I pulled out Main Street Station by Little House Needleworks. And finally, can say, get all the stuff off it, that I have a finish. And it's a really pretty piece, and I enjoyed working on it. So that is that one. I did change a couple of colors. The snow is a different color. The building I did in a different color. And I don't know, I probably did a lot of things in a different color. But that's the way I roll. And just so you see, this was my first finish for, let's see what, Hometown Holidays. Had to check to see what the series was. Hometown Holidays series. This was 1/1 on the same fabric that this was 2/1. And I have to say, I kind of like the 2/1 better because you can see more detail. But if I wanted to do a flat fold, I would probably do the 1/1. Like to sit on a small picture rail or something. This would be a great size because it's more of an ornament size. This is quite a bit bigger. So it's kind of amazing, isn't it? Because it is the same fabric. And that's just the difference between 1 and 2. So if you're wondering about, you know, doing something in a different counts, well, something just for comparison. So that was fun. I don't know if I'm going to do the 3rd one. I do have all of these, and I have all of the Farmhouse series too. Probably more than enough to last me my lifetime. I am trying not to buy any more charts and stuff. Sometime I will pan over. I mean, you can already see all these magazines I have here. I just bought more of these holders to put together from Amazon to store some more of my magazines in. I also have some of the thicker Stampington magazines up on my bookshelf, and then I have a ton of books because over here, where you can't see, next to my big window that's here in front of me, is a big bookshelf. It's a kind of a built-in bookshelf, and it is full to the brim of books and magazines, and they're all crafting related. Dolls, cross-stitch, ribbon work, embroidery, Christmas crafting, quilting, you name it, doll making, all kinds of stuff. Someday maybe we'll take a look. My other finish, if you can guess or not, was the Country Cottage Needleworks Forest Snowfall. As I struggle to get it out of the envelope. Sorry. And that's what that one looks like. And I have a lot of light on here because it is a very gray day with the snow falling. See, so it's appropriate for a snowfall. And, let's see, do I have a... I was looking to see if I had paper I could hold this against. I do have a beading mat here. Let me see. I'll put it up against my beading mat. Beading mat is gray. That might work. So there is for snowfall. Borders are in, the snowflakes are in, and I'm pretty happy with that. That looks really pretty. I think I changed a couple of colors here too. But I am very pleased with that. My problem is I've been crafting for so many years. And I mean crafting. I've been stitching a long time too, but I have so much stuff. Oh my goodness. I see all the beautiful finishes everybody does with frames, and I have to do a sort out of my house and figure out how I can do some changeover stuff, because that would be a lot of fun. But we'll see. And last but not least, the other piece that I will be stitching on is my Mini Manhattan Wonderland by Hade. And I love this piece. And I'm using this in the unofficial stitch along with Mary Rose, Stitch Bliss Corner, and is it Stitch? You know, I'm still confused on that. Hang on. I think I put the link to her on my, it is Stitch Bliss Corner. I was right. Yay, go me. Anyway, unofficial stitch along with Mary Rose and Andrea C. of I Heart Cross Stitch. And so this is all that I have done, and it's probably, I don't know if I showed this in a clip or not, but that is all that I have done. And so I think I'm going to work on this for a while, for the next couple of days, and see how much more I can get done, because I want to use this in the 1200, the by the numbers style on cross stitch, yeah, full coverage fanatics, for the 1200 stitches. Not really any other life updates. Things are just ticking along here. Yeah. Other than that, we're all good. I hope that you are good and doing well. This is a very awkward ending, but I've between shoveling and feeding birds and dragging stuff around, I'm tired. So I think this is going to be it for me for this update. I hope that everyone is having a lot of happy time crafting and stitching. And until next time, God bless, take care, be kind, and be courageous. And above all, be colorful. Thanks for watching. Bye. And we're having snow. Big slushy snow today, so you may hear the snow plows go by. I wanted to show my two bird feeders because I just watched a video this morning from Mary Rose, and she showed the cockatoos in her daughter's bird feeder. And I mean, talk about huge, magnificent birds. Here in the States, the only place I see cockatoos are in the zoo, or people raise them domestically and keep them as pets in their homes. Quite amazing. And it is actually a beautiful juxtaposition to the cardinal, because the cockatoos that Mary Rose showed were white with a yellow crest, and the cardinals are, well, the cockatoos are huge, and cardinals are very small, and, well, not very small, well, very small compared to a cockatoo, bigger than those chickadees that you see flit in and out to my feeders. But the cardinal is such a brilliant red with a black mask and an orangey brownish beak. I mean, they're beautiful. The female is a yellowy green color, but she's beautiful too. But just the difference in area and the types of birds and animals that we have. In the spring, I have to make sure that I take those bird feeders and the suet cakes in early enough, because bear will come down off the hills in the back of my home in the woods and take my bird feeders down and smash them to eat the seed. So can't leave these out all year, but for the winter they're nice. And I know the traffic sounds, you can't hear the birds, but they're out there and they're singing. My birch tree, which is that tree that you see that the bird feeder is hung on, the first one. The back one is hung on a black walnut tree.